All right, you beautiful bastards, it's time for another delicious morsel of your favorite digital D-bag. Mwah! Guys, give me the glasses. Recognize these? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but if you do, congrats! You have a Nouns for What's Cooking. Oh, me. That was awful. I'm afraid today it's a special episode about one of the frankly weirdest, kookiest NFT projects ever launched. Do you know the full story? Why do they cost so much? And what is up with that DAO?
Splitty split.
What happened to Baza?
He had to split.
So, join with me now. Are you feeling naughty? Then come on! Let's get MetaPlex'd. Oh, hello, beautiful. What's up? What's poppin'? Boom!
MetaPlex'd is written by humans, performed by idiots.
All right, before we get going, do not forget that we have partnered with tokenproof to run a fun little experiment. 4 MetaPlex'd episodes, 4 QR codes. Scan the QR codes when they come up and collect your PO-up. Enter for your chance to be featured on an episode of what most are calling the best show in the metaverse. Of course, MetaPlex'd. Make me laugh, make me cry, make me do a dump on the floor. Go on.
I dare you.
I dare you. I double dare you, mother.
Oh, damn, that escalated quickly. There's so much violence these days. Think about the children. You know what? I blame Deadpool, don't you? That Ryan Reynolds. So funny, so nice, so Canadian. He bought a football club, they got promoted. Why can't everything just be like Ryan? But you know, if we were all like Ryan Reynolds, wouldn't the world be a wonderful place? All right, let's talk nouns. Noun, a word used to identify any of a class of people, places, or things, and it's also the name of a perpetual NFT generation engine spitting out a brand new, unique asset daily for the rest of time. And here is a noun. Yeah, I mean, look at it. Yeah, it's iconic. It has the glasses. It's very square. And if you know Meebits, they kind of have the same kind of thing. So like these pixelated characters. But I mean, he's got moves, bless him. You are a little mover. That head, though, it's going to be difficult to get through doors. So yeah, that is a noun. And to understand it, you have to understand it that first, there were CryptoPunks, not the first NFT, but the first to really lay the foundation for what we now understand as the modern generation of PFPs, or digital assets tied to a person's online identity, pixelated or whatever, doesn't matter. It's all for the culture, for the art. So Nouns basically said,
yeah, this punk thing's cool or whatever, but what's the effing point of having a community of degenerates if we can't actually self-organize to do shits? What if the community generated its own fat stacks of ETH and then we could all join hands and vote on shit we could spend it on? Hit me up, bruv. Come on, yeah. Boom. Let's go spend some fat stacks of cash. We generating the money, yeah, the money, yeah, the money, yeah.
Unlike traditional PFP collections where you fling 10,000 JPEGs into the void and hope people like them enough for a community to form, nouns, like this one, are drip-fed into the world, one at a time. Each noun is a 32 by 32 pixel character, which sounds rubbish, doesn't it? And they're randomly assembled from various traits and minted as an NFT on the Ethereum blockchain, all on-chain. Still don't get it? I know, I don't blame you. They look kind of weird, right? Thing is, you can't just buy them either. You have to bid on them. At an auction, if you want one, you have to bid against other people who also want them. The current going rate is around 7.5 ETH, which it's about 21 grand. What are those? Yeah, I know. Back in July 2022, though, the floor price of a noun was, believe it or not, 131 ETH.
131 ETH!
Oh, yeah, and every 10th noun that gets made goes into a multi-sig and gets distributed to the founders, or nounders, as they're called. Amongst them, the legendary Gremplin. Nice for them, wouldn't you say? Now, clearly, as the supply expands and the collection becomes less scarce, you would expect the value of the collection to fall, but bear in mind, there's still only 1,062 of these strange little creatures in existence, which, when you compare it to all the other 10K collections out there, is not very much indeed. But the magic ingredient, the secret sauce, the one genius mechanic that is the envy of every other NFT project, is the built-in revenue stream. And that oh-so-precious treasury funded by no less than 100% of the proceeds from the daily noun auctions. And that treasury, believe it or not, reached a peak value of over 26,576 ETH in today's money. That's 81,797,738.88 cents in Biden coin. That's a lot of f***ing money! That's a lot of f***ing money, yo! Let's do the duds! Whoa, I want my money, yo! Got my money, yo! Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Fats Stack Show, Fats Stack Show, Fats Stack. What the f are we doing? Sadly, like an octogenarian's erection, it's rather less stiff these days. 5,588 ETH to be precise, or a measly 17 million Biden coin. A large chunk of which is baggied up in Lido, earning fat stacks of yield. The thing about treasuries though, they are fickle beasts and they require fiscally responsible governors.
Governors.
And that is where the Nouns DAO comes in. Whew, let's catch my breath. Too much dancing, yo. Too much coffee. Greco-Roman wrestling! Hachime! I win, you lose. I've lost my arm though. He's gone in the floor. Look at him.
Idiot.
Reset my arm, please. The Nouns DAO is the governing body of the Nouns ecosystem. One noun equates to one governance vote. And that treasury, well, it's intended to finance projects that promote the Nouns brand and ethos. You can see this is a pretty damn good model. So what have they done so far? Well, actually quite a lot. They sponsored a Super Bowl ad. They sent a noun to the International Space Station. They created the 3D printed clothes collection and a brand of coffee. They've also supported esports teams, art exhibitions, and done physical events. They've also dipped into entertainment, funding animated films like The Rise of Blues, an episodic series produced by HM, and that's a network of independent Web3 artists and creators. Will you stop? But I suspect you can tell where this is going, right? Despite obvious successes and the high visibility of the Nouns IP as a blue-chip superhero, the Nouns DAO faced internal strife over its spending habits, leading to a controversial DAO split. Now, why would that split occur in the first place? Well, some of it was to do with financial mismanagement. Let's just take a look at one of these proposals. So, number 407 here is entitled,
Let's make a short animated film to fund the Protocol Guild. The proposal requests 400,000 USDC to hire The Line, the BAFTA-nominated animation studio, to make the short film.
$400,000.
Yes.
So here is the website for the film, so let's get comfy and watch in wonder at where all that money went. First off, I'm pissed. That film wasn't 45 seconds, it was 58 seconds, which means they pissed away a ton of money and effort on 13 seconds of content that wasn't in the original brief. Secondly, that equates to $7,000 a second.
$7,000 a second.
But, and this is kind of genius, that film was also mintable on Zora, and wouldn't you know, 31,635 copies of the film were minted at the cost of 0.0038 ETH, which earned them 173 ETH in the process, and that is $535,266 in today's Biden coin, which means
People.
the whole thing turned $135,000 in profit. So I'll shut up, because clearly, whatever they're doing, it works. But now, we turn to controversy. This, he may look nice, but he's got a problem. Because in September 2023, a faction of the DAO's members, dissatisfied with the management of that treasury, you can probably see why, took advantage of a newly introduced Rage Quit rule! This allowed them to fork the DAO, creating a separate entity with a portion of the treasury's funds. That split, resulted in over half of the treasury being claimed by the fork, amounting to a loss of $27 million in crypto assets. The whole sorry saga raised obvious questions about the sustainability of decentralized governance and the balance between community ideals and financial prudence. And let me break down why people were pissed off. See, the thing is, At a certain point, if you wanted a noun, you would pay around 30 ETH and probably more as well, but we'll just stick there. And if your vote, one noun, one vote, is worth the same as someone who only paid 7 ETH, then you're gonna be pissed, right? It is not proportionally representative of your stake in the project. And you can understand what happens next, can't you? F you! F you! I'm taking you down. Stop messing with my mojo, man. But Karate Combat, UFC, all this. Digital characters fighting nouns. Yeah, you don't f with the massive. If you follow DeFi and crypto for any period of time, you will recognize this pattern because it is as old as time. Coordinating humans around volatile financial instruments is incredibly difficult at scale, but if nothing else, nouns have left us with some incredible lessons, and you know what? They're still sitting on the treasury most projects would kill for, and I have to say, there's no doubt that you know a noun when you see it. It is iconic, the glasses are incredible, and without them, there would be a huge number of projects that would never have got funded, and for that, I think we should celebrate them. Congratulations, my friend. You're a winner. Now get the f out of here. If you would like to pay good money to see me fight that clown, I'll take your call. Look at my foot. My foot is well up. Look. My foot! You broke my ankle, you f***! Ah! All right, so when you make content, you have to give people value. You have to give them something to actually come and watch the content for. So let's rip through the rest of the headlines from this week in Web3 gaming and culture with the fast as fuck headlines. And we start with MetaMask, who has partnered with Daylight to help users find and claim airdrops and NFTs. The idea is that you leverage your Web3 activity for building a wallet-based social graph that can be used to discover existing airdrops and new NFTs. Just load up MetaMask, check what you're eligible for, and go shopping. Just don't tell your wife, Mrs. or AI girlfriend why that fox keeps staring at you. Next up, Wilderworld continues to drop dominoes and release bombs of information. It's like they've been just holding back until the right moment. Now, they're collaborating with Samsung to bring their metaverse and blockchain gaming experiences to Samsung smart TVs, aiming for, yes, global accessibility. It will start with the inclusion of Wilderworld assets and information on Samsung platforms like samsung.com/DE, gen3.samsung.com, and other upcoming Web3 platforms with equally catchy names. Now, crypto might have been in the dumper, but the Wild token is up 7% on the news, and you know what? Chapeau, Senor Frank. More funding news now, and Avalon, a US-based Web3 game studio, has secured a sweet $10 million in funding in a round led by, oh yes, your boys Bitcraft Ventures and Hashed. Founded in 2021 by industry veterans from EverQuest, Call of Duty, and more, Avalon is developing an AI-heavy MMORPG that leverages, yes, Unreal Engine 5 and AI for user-generated content. It's like, put this thing next to this thing, raise 10 million buckaroonies. The studio, which raised $13 million in February 2023, plans to launch AI-powered avatar NFTs. AI, NFTs, gaming, Unreal Engine. Win. Maybe. Now, they may have been winning, but these guys, unfortunately, are losing because Trailblazer has announced the closure of its deck-building PvP game, Eternal Dragons. Despite raising $8.2 million and having a team packed with industry veterans from EA, King, and Microsoft, the game, I'm afraid, struggled to achieve product-market fit. The Singapore-based company faced challenges in transitioning the game from browser to mobile, and there was a whole bunch of legal compliance and player manipulation issues as well. We won't go into those, but yeah, nice. Now, Trailblazer does plan to implement a buyback program for holders of their NFTs, with offers ranging from $12 to $120 based on the NFT rarity. Now, the game's NFTs themselves have seen the floor price drop from $300 to $20, which isn't really that much in the grand scheme of crypto things anyway, and at least they're not rugging. And finally, Ubisoft has released the first gameplay footage of Champions Tactics Grimoire Chronicles, their tactical PvP RPG game, which has a collection of 9,999 pixelated PFPs called The Warlords. Now, the game allows players to collect thousands of unique champions, with Warlords PFP holders able to mint 5 in-game characters on Japan's Oasis blockchain. Ubisoft is collaborating with Animoca Brands, who else, Immutable, and the sandbox for game integration. I have no idea how you put all of those things together, but this is Web3, right? It's all composable. You just, or something like that. I don't know. Still, look at it. It actually looks quite nice, doesn't it? But I could just hear the scribes at Kotaku sharpening their quills right now, ready to deliver another gut punch in their outrage machine. Ugh, can't wait. All right, don't forget to grab the PO app with tokenproof. We are cooking hard, very, very hard, and we'll keep you posted about upcoming things very, very soon. This is your favorite Gen V influencer saying, keep it motherfucking real, bitches. I ain't no noun. I wish I was, though. Shut the f*** up!